Day 3, basically, on working on the guitar. I started without you. So here I took this piece of mahogany, an old extension for a dining room table. I don't have the table, I just had the mahogany boards. And I cut this piece out of it, and I cut it out on my new updated bandsaw. There's a link to the bandsaw videos right up here. I restored this old 1940s era 14-inch Delta bandsaw. 14-inch wheels, very cool. It's a great instrument. It is a great tool. And the reason is because I wanted to use these for the pickguard surrounds. Well, despite the weird shadows, you can kind of see how it would look. And you know what? I think I like the black better. So, after all that, I'm not going to do that. Now I know. So, alright. On with actually mounting the bridge. Alright. To mount the bridge, I need to know two things. I need to know where it goes side to side, and I need to know where it goes in relationship to the distance from the nut, or more specifically, from the 12th fret. So first off, I can mark with a nice straight edge here where that is. I'm just holding this straight edge down the edge of the neck. I'm marking with my nice chisel-edged pencil lines that show here and here. So the second thing I need to know is where it goes front to back. Now, I don't have an infinite variance on this bridge because the hole's already cut for where the bottom chunk of this, I don't know what you call that, the bottom end of this thing goes, the tailpiece. It can only go from here to here, right? And I can fix any intonation issues, of course, by adjusting the bridge tailpieces, the bridge pieces, which is exactly what they're there for. So, in order to do this right, I need to measure from the 12th fret to the nut and the 12th fret to the bridge. And these adjustments should really be in about the middle, maybe slightly more toward the fretboard. I saw one video that said the guy sets these about one third up, 1/3 back from the top, so you have more adjustment in the flat, making them flatter. Like I said, I got so little. I only got this much, right? This can only go from here to here, so I can't get it very wrong, and I probably have enough variance in these to actually, and I can't get it wrong left or right very much either. So, in reality, the edges, the proud edges here that stand up proud, they're right on that line on both sides. So, and they can only go from here to here, so that's kind of hard to get wrong. So that's good, and those lines will work just great for that. Alright, I need to go get an adjustment screwdriver that I can adjust these screws. Alright, put that one all the way in. We'll put this one all the way out. That's all the way out and 3 threads back. So that's the variance that you have in the adjustment here to here. And what I'm going to do with these, they're about halfway now. I'm just going to visually split the difference. About there. to run in the house and get my caliper. I'm going to show you guys this. This is pretty cool. Digital caliper, and it will do millimeters, inches, and 64ths of an inch in fractions. I don't know if you can read this or not, but that's freaking cool. It's really neat. Alright, so this is running between, let's go to digital inches. Alright, so the minimum is about 3.6. The maximum is about 6.0. So you get 24 total throw. Right, so this should be 36 and 12, 48. Let's see, 47, 8. Alright, so that's 48, that's 48, that's 48, that's 48. Alright. So they're in a nice straight line. They're all the same distance. Kind of feeling this lip with my finger here. 48, let's lock that. Just under half an inch. Back from the edge. Or, for you international types, 31/64 or 12¼ millimeters. Alright, so I know that they're all about the same distance back. Now, I don't happen to know what the scale length is on this instrument. I only need to know it pretty approximately. So I know all the perfectionists are going to really freak out on me, but I'm just going to use a tape measure. Now, I'm going to measure it not from the end, not from the hook, but from the 1 inch mark. Right? So 1 inch. So this has the 12th fret right here at 13.5, which is 12.5, which means it's a 25-inch scale length. No surprise. So if I come down here to the end and mark 26, I want this end of this to be right at 26. Right? Because I'm 1 inch off the nut. Right? And as long as I'm within a 32nd of an inch or something like that, it just does not make any difference. Right? 26 to here. And 26 to here. You don't know. 26. That's it right there. Alright, so I'm going to mark the edge of where I want that bridge to mount. Okay, so there's my mounting marks for my bridge. Now, the distance from, let's go back to 0 it out, go back to inches, no fractions, decimal inches, the edge of that to the center of that hole. Am I happy with that? 0.161. Right. 0.161 inches back from the edge, this line back to here. Alright? So that is right there. Okay. So this is going to give me my screw line. And it's right through those holes. Beautiful. See the pencil line through the holes. Right, line those up. Man, I carry this little flashlight everywhere. Okay, that is exactly where I want that bridge. Now, take a marking awl out of my combination square and light the flashlight back up. Okay. There are my 6 little pokey marks where my screws need to go. This is the mounting screw kit for this bridge from John Mann Music. And there are very important instructions, and it comes with 2 drill bits. One for the deep hole for the where the threads of the screw go, and a slightly larger one for the shank. So if you don't do this right, partly I think because these screws are necked in. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. These screws are necked in a little bit from the edge for the pickup to ride on. But you will snap them off, and then you will be very unhappy because you will have to figure out how to get the screw out of your guitar and buy more screws. So he has very specific instructions as to what all those depths are here. So let's take one of these screws and see if I can show this to you. Let's zoom in and enhance. All right. There you go. Focus for me. All right. So I don't know if you can see the neck on that screw. The way that's necked in like that, and that. This goes through the hole for the bridge, and this bridge rides on that neck. Right. So these also come with they come with a hex key? It says they come with a hex key. There's no hex key in here. His video instructions say they come with a hex key. So I know that it's 2.5 millimeters, and I can set that. I can set that depth. I have a 2.5. I think I have a 2.5 millimeter hex key. So this is the smaller bit for the threads for the screw, and this is the slightly heavier one for the shank. Alright. This is a critical step here, so I'm a little nervous. Okay, so the first hole with the smaller drill bit needs to be 1 1/4 inches deep, according to the drawing. And I have actually used just the chuck as a depth stop, and I'll stop just before that touches. So then the other thing I need to make sure that I do is that I go in perfectly square. So I'm going to just use this as a guide so I can see where I'm going. I really like these to be brad point bits. And you know what? In fact, I think I might start it with a brad point bit. Alright, so this brad point bit is 1/8, which means it's in between, it's 0.125, it's in between the other two drill bits. So I'm just going to start it because I know with this brad point bit, I don't even know if you can see the point on that thing in the video, but that point, that brad point will sit in that hole that I created, and it will not wander. And I'm just going to go down about, you know, a really small fraction of an inch. Just so that it doesn't go anywhere. Just so when I put that other bit in there, I know it's not going to wander, because those are twist drills. Somebody else might not have that problem, but I'm not going to have it today. So I'm looking through the slot here in the top of that. I'm looking through that slot to make sure my front to back is right. And then I'm looking at it just parallel to this edge this way. Not that this really matters, I'm only going in. I'm really just breaking the surface. So that shouldn't really be able to make a difference. But, alright, let's set this back in here at 1 1/4 inches. I'm not yet done with you. A little further out. Right there. Check it one more time. Yep, 1 1/4. Alright. So I need to not let the chuck touch. Now I know that twist drill is not going to wander anywhere. Super paranoid about it. Nice and now, interestingly, they say to go in 1 1/4 inches, but that actually broke through the back before I got that far. It actually broke into here. So I'm not really worried about stopping it. It should be just fine. I'm coming back up and clearing the bit out. I can feel it starting to grab. But once you're in there, you can't kind of get it wrong. I could have used the drill press for this, but I'm actually more worried about it being square to the face than I am about it being square to the back. So drilling it this way is fine. Right there. All right. No, didn't break the back out. No, that's good. Let's see. Push it to here. So I didn't really have any chip outs here. That's good. Oh, looks good to me. Fingers crossed it's got that right. Okay, time to change out the drill bit. Now this one says it should only go in 3/8 of an inch. So let's do the same track. 3/8. I don't know if I can get it down in that far. Yeah. That's a half. This is a half. So I just need to go in 3/4 of that distance. And that'll go right the heck in. The drill bit's actually pulling me in, so I have to be pretty careful. Not worried about going square here, because this bit is going to follow that other bit in there, so that's it. That should be mounting the bridge. Alright, back from dinner. Now, one of the other things I need to manufacture for this, that I absolutely have to do, not optional because I don't have one, is truss rod cover. And I bought, the other thing is I bought all the hardware, the rest of the hardware for the guitar today, including all the tools I need from Crimson Guitars, which is coming from England, so it's going to probably take 2 weeks or something to get those. But I happen to have this. This is a chunk of ebony, and so I am going to use this to make a truss rod cover. I'm just going to cut a slice off of here about, I don't know, probably make it about 1/4 of an inch thick, and then I can just shape it on a belt sander. So the tuners I bought are Grover tuners that are golden black, and like I said, I'm going to brass the rest of this, so all the rest is hardware. So it'll be golden black and mahogany. It's gonna be really, I think it's gonna be really stunning. All right, let's go cut this on a bandsaw. All right, so this is my newly restored bandsaw, and we're gonna cut a little slice of ebony out of this thing right here. Man, I gotta tell you, this saw is freaking awesome. I gotta tell you, that wood's hot. It's really something. You know, I could actually make pickup surrounds out of that. There's something I've never seen before. Alright, but that's not the task at hand. Alright, still too thick, but that's a really good start. Alright, so that's the end of episode 3. I'm shooting this actually a couple of days after I shot all the rest of that footage. I'm about to start episode 4 work right now. All the rest of the parts are in. The new nut slot filing files that I got in are from Sweetwater are here. They're really cool and they're brand new. That's gonna be kind of fun to show you. All the rest of the parts are here, and the fret finishing kit tool kit from Crimson is shipped from England, picked up by the United States Postal Service, and on its way over here. So it probably take a couple of weeks, but I can put all the rest of the guitar together at this point. Yeah, except for finishing the frets. So I can like put it all together, even string it up, finish the nut and everything else, and finish the frets later. So onward and upward. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe and check out the rest of the build video on this. I'm getting there.